Welcome to Powers Podcasting, Neo Powers, Power Jab, Power Lab. We don't have a name yet, but we're still working on it. This is our very first podcasting show. We're going to get together today and talk about superpowers, whether it's heroes, villains, and any DC, Marvel, Star Wars, any kind of universe. This is about superpower discussion and how they interact and relate. We're going to talk today about our favorite superpowers. We'll probably do a versus, and we'll probably talk a little bit more about the Flash finale. I know I think we talked some about that during our pod broadcasting we did this last week, but we hadn't seen it yet, so now we have some after feedback. And yeah, we'll go with that. I'm Brian, and with me today I have
Ziggy
and Captain McFrosty.
Happy to have you guys here. And Brandy's behind the camera. She'll probably speak up from time to time because she already has a couple times, which is all right. So we're going to start out with our favorite superpowers and the heroes who have them. Erik, what was your favorite superpower?
Definitely super speed.
Yeah, why is that?
Well, mostly because there really is no good defense against it. Unless you're invulnerable, there's not much you can do to stop it. If you try and close a door, they're going to get through the door before it closes.
True.
Solid points.
Not only that, and if they're fast enough, they can definitely deliver a good hit.
The
Yes.
lock punch. The supersonic punch.
Yeah, that was...
Yep.
Whatever punches the Flash had back in the day. I don't even know.
Yeah. Which brings up an interesting question. I mean, when you start talking about physics, this is the thing I always struggle with super speed. Wouldn't it, like, crush all the bones in your hand to hit somebody at, like, 600 miles an hour?
Very true.
Unless they like phase through the guy.
Yeah.
And then once again you have a problem there because nothing's going to happen because you just phased right through them.
Right.
So.
And if you do solidify yourself enough to still go through them but do damage, it will do damage to you as well.
Yeah.
Got to
I
think
can see
about that for a moment.
Well, and I know, like, Flash recuperates very quickly, but he still experiences the pain initially, so...
And if you remember the episode with the Metal Man, he broke his hand.
Yeah.
Did that rhyme? That sounded like it rhymed.
It might.
No, it didn't rhyme.
Metal Man broke his hand? Nah.
Man, hand. It almost rhymed.
It's close.
If it was the metal ham, then we'd be on a top.
Did you say ham?
The ham.
But ham and man don't rhyme.
Nope, we're still another issue.
The Not Poet Podcast. That's what we are.
This is fun.
That works.
Yeah, I've always thought, when I see Flash or any speedster, I always think, you know, if their feet are striking the ground at that speed, they should be leaving, like, craters behind, too. You know, that... I always just, I don't know, that's just me. I kind of think of the physics of that.
The more reality version to it.
Yeah.
Bring some realism to this conversation.
Well,
They
what
had a
about
little
yours?
bit of that on in Quicksilver on X-Men
Days of Future Past.
Days of Future Past. Yeah,
Yeah, it sure did.
because he, you know, like he took the one guy's hand and made him punch himself, and immediately he kind of saw the ripple, and it was just a gentle move. And I think that's a little more accurate of what would probably happen.
Oh, and
Yeah.
when he tapped the guy,
Yeah.
tapped the guy, and his flesh went...
Oh yeah, get a little thump, didn't he? It was like,
We need a slow-mo on that effect right there.
yeah, that was cool. That was a neat scene when they were in that kitchen. X-Men Days of Future Past.
I was wondering how he was listening to that music. Then I realized, couldn't he just fast forward it?
That's a good question. He would have to have a special technology unless he creates some kind of speed bubble.
That would be really cool, but then why would his hair be waving and
I don't know.
clothes?
Hey, you guys think about that? How he's listening to his music in real time?
Is he actually listening to music, though? Maybe it's just nothing and he's humming it.
Kind of in it. Well, they made a big deal out of him putting the headphones on, so.
That's true.
But
Yeah.
he might have been able to set it to where it plays it really fast.
I don't know.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
I had not thought about that. If you're a speedster, how do you listen to music?
So, to answer this question, 20th Century Fox, we know you're watching this. Let us know in the comments below. What happened there?
Chances are that probably happened in the movie just because it would be a cool thing to have at that point.
Well, it was a great song. It was Tim Croce's "Time in a Bottle." So I mean, it was a brilliant song for that scene.
Made fit.
Yeah.
Made sense.
All right. Super speed. That's what you would have.
Super speed.
What would you do with it?
I have no idea.
Go very fast.
Yes, that's exactly what I
You would do a lot of pacing.
Yes, I could do like hours of pacing in a few seconds.
Yeah.
That would definitely save time.
The question is, would you get tired afterwards?
Oh yeah, that's a good idea. Does it add super stamina?
I've always wondered that.
Yeah.
I think it's implied in those superheroes because, yeah, they can, run 1,000 miles and barely be out of breath.
Made sense.
It's also a really
it
cool
doesn't
form
really,
of
but
transportation.
of course you got to realize. I mean, we're picking things apart that we're intended to suspend our disbelief and just go with it. Anything you pick it apart too much, you kind of take the fun out of it. Yeah, and that's what we're here for—to suck the fun out of superpowers.
Yeah,
Alex, what about you?
Well, being a superhero myself, I gotta go with Frost Vision because nothing says Frosty more than Frost Vision.
So kind of like
made
Captain
no
Cold.
sense.
No,
But
not really.
So kind of like Captain Cold, but instead of a gun, you shoot it out of your eyes.
Kinda. I was thinking more like Cyclops, but instead of red, you got blue. And
True.
icicles.
And you can
Nice.
control it.
Kinda like a snowman.
And superpowered snowman.
Captain McFrosty likes warm hugs.
I
I'm like,
got something in my eye. It's really bothering me.
I don't know what to say to that one.
I think we're weird.
Well, it just got awkward.
Well, everyone watching this is probably thinking the same thing. But the fact that he points it out makes it worse. So Frost Vision, what superheroes have that?
The only person that I think would even come close would be Iceman. I don't think anybody's ever had it. I think I'm the first.
Yeah. Well, Frost Vision is very specific. I'm surprised to hear you just because usually, like, can't remember his name in X-Men, the Ice Boy.
Yeah, Iceman. Yeah.
Oh. Let's just cut that part.
No, it's funny.
No, but I'm really surprised. You would just say Ice Vision because Iceman, has the power to turn anything cold just by touching or looking.
Even himself.
It's true. It's true.
Yeah, so I'm surprised you would limit yourself just to the Ice Vision.
Well, Iceman also has the problem where, he's full ice whenever he turns into a superpower, right? So when you run into a guy with, pyro as a weapon, I don't think I'd stand a chance. Whereas if I had Ice Vision, I could kind of just work around it. If I get burned, well, then I'm still probably going to die.
Oh, I see. Gives you more of a distance attack.
Yeah, sort of. So, more of a ranged option.
Balls.
Yeah.
So, well, that's true. You could do that.
And maybe
Snowballs.
throw ice. I guess that could be possible. But
Snowball fight!
Right?
What's your superpower? I have snowball fights. But I'm the only one with the ammo. It's pretty super.
That needs to be a thing.
It does.
Needs to be a thing.
Snowball Man.
Snowball Man.
Yeah.
Jab Jab Entertainment Comics presents Snowball Man.
That would be really cool if you if you guys did comics.
We might. That's we're not supposed to go into the details as of yet.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'll be a different press release.
Don't get your hopes up.
There are many options that we may or may not pursue. All right, my favorite superpower, just because it intrigues me so much, would be the ability to travel in time.
Oh yeah, that would be fun.
Watch that. That camera jiggle brought to you by our camera girl. Kick to the tripod.
I didn't take an Ayrton. He took a kick to the tripod.
At that point, we'll go to the
like,
B-roll.
The time travel from Heroes, he can teleport as well.
Yeah?
That's true. And, I wouldn't be picky. I mean, I like the teleport option with time travel, but to me that sounds like two superpowers.
Yeah, that's true too. So,
and there's other reality issues that come in with teleporting. I like the one they did on Flash because the girl had to have knowledge of where she was going so that she didn't appear inside a wall or, something like that. thought that was a pretty good limitation on teleporting.
Then it turned out that she was biologically incapable of that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, I like time travel, and of course probably the only superhero I can really think of. Well, there's one that's coming up in Legends of course, I don't know if that's his superpower. It's more just his ability to travel in time. Is
That's a
Rory? What's his name?
The Time Master?
Yeah.
Time Master. It's Rip Hunter.
Rip Hunter.
Rip Hunter.
Yeah. But I don't think it's really a superpower, is it? That's more just the technology.
He has the technology, if I remember right. He's one of the time masters. So
of course, the all-time favorite hero from NBC's series Heroes, Hiro Nakamura.
Yep.
He was definitely my favorite character in the show. And yeah, it got me thinking a lot about time travel. And when I think about like alternate dimensions or alternate timelines, I don't have any science to back it up, but I don't think there's such a thing as alternate timelines. I think if you go in the past and make a change, that's reality. Yeah. And so when people talk about paradoxes that occur, if you're in a linear timeline and you go back and make a change that would then stop you from doing this, in your timeline, that loop exists. So, I'm not really that worried about time paradoxes and then destroying the universe. And, I like the idea of a time-traveling superpower that really there's almost no limits to. That would be mine.
That is cool.
It's a pretty interesting aspect to it.
Yeah. And it would still be it'd still be pretty vulnerable because you don't have super strength. You can't really accomplish a lot.
Which is why Hiro got a sword.
Now here's my question: are you gonna be using technology? But I mean, this is a superpower. So how are you gonna be able to do this? It should be like you think about it, you time travel, or you have to see it, or
no, just think about it.
Just think about it, and boom, you're there.
Butterfly Effect style. That would be interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, for those of you who saw Butterfly Effect, the ability he had was he could read. It was only in his timeline, but on his lifetime. But he could read things or watch videos, and it would take him back to that time for a brief period, and then he would bounce back with the effects of whatever changes he made, which were usually worse. It's a pretty horrific movie, but it was really cool. I mean, I liked. Have you seen that?
Yeah.
Yeah. And these kids haven't. Probably won't for a while. It's a little hardcore, but good movie, and it's interesting as far as its take on time travel.
Yeah.
So now I hadn't really thought much about that. Now I'm more like Hiro Nakamura. You just concentrate and you're there, but probably without the teleportation, because that again seems like a second.
Now, next question: is it stable or is it unstable?
Stable.
Stable.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, although like with Hiro Nakamura, it was much more interesting and it made for better shows for it to be unstable. No, if I'm going to pick a superpower, I'm picking a stable superpower. So I can't. Can you guys think of any other superheroes that had time travel?
With actual
there was
powers,
Booster Gold, but he didn't have a power. He was
Gold,
just
that's the more recognizable guy. Yeah, I think that's about it. Who had? I mean, unless you look at like indie comics and the more under the table kind of guys.
Yeah.
In which case you'd be at this all day, but So
that's true.
I don't know. That's a good one.
Not really any time travelers that can actually travel in time without a time machine.
Some kind of machine or technology.
Well, in theory, the Flash can.
Well,
true. That's true.
He has the Speed Force on his side, so.
It is a really a weird name for an energy force, the Speed Force.
It is.
Speed Force.
It is.
It's got a nice ring to it, though.
You think?
Yeah, it's Speed Force.
Speed Force.
Speed Force.
I think it
makes you wonder. You're like, ooh, what's that about?
It just makes me think of Star Wars. Yeah. It's like you may have the Force, but I have the Speed Force. It's the Force, but much faster.
You can move that right there with your mind.
What Cisco
but I can do it
said
faster.
in the finale?
What?
May the Speed Force be with you.
He did. That was a great line.
Yeah,
that was. That's pretty good.
Yeah, that's a good segue. Let's go ahead and move into that. Let's talk about the Flash finale. It was pretty intense. What were you guys' take on that? I know we both just this last week have seen that.
Oh, that was emotional. Straight up emotional.
I didn't like the cliffhanger. Honestly, cliffhangers.
Oh yeah, I should say here, if you haven't seen the Flash finale, you should probably jump ahead or shut this off because we are going to be giving spoilers.
Spoiler alert!
Spoilers.
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 Yeah, very emotional. Very emotional. It's like Erik was saying here, the cliffhanger at the end I thought was unnecessary. Very unnecessary. I think it was kind of interesting to keep us on the edge for season 2, but I think without it, we all would have been kind of expecting it.
That's a good point.
Now the helmet that popped out of the portal, I couldn't make out what it was, and I was too lazy to jump back to look at it. But was that not Hawkgirl's helmet?
No, it was actually the first Flash, I believe.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, that makes more sense now. But like I said, I thought it may be a Hawkgirl's helmet because, like I said, she's gonna be in Legends of Tomorrow, and it was I saw wings on it. I was like I said, I was watching on the CW website, and if I back up, I'm gonna be sitting there for about 10 minutes waiting for it to buffer.
Hawkgirl's is more like a night helmet. It actually fits on her head and isn't like a dome.
Well, in certain comic series, they also had the wings on it.
Yeah.
So.
I've seen a lot of Hawkgirl helmets with the wings. Although I haven't seen comics. I've seen characters. Yeah, characters. Yeah. But most of them have this face thing. Just about every single one I've seen. They've all
That's
got this
true. You got
thing.
like the nose plays. I think what you're talking about. Yeah. Little nose guard.
Yeah, I was happy to have Erik there because, when that came in, obviously that was a big deal. Because that's when Wells was like, that's my cue to leave.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what's the deal? And Erik was like, that's the original Flash's helmet. And it's like, oh.
Now things got interesting. Which actually, since we're talking about it, season 2, they've already announced that more speedsters will be showing up in the season.
Really?
There's a possibility that Bart Allen, I doubt Kid Flash, but Bart Allen is supposed to be showing up, and a couple other members of the Allen family will be making an appearance.
I think Kid Flash is one of the coolest sidekicks because, from what I know, he actually becomes the second Flash.
I don't remember that much, but I don't think Kid Flash would make an appearance. I don't think they're going to go that far. That's a little too much into the lore. Then again, they also brought in Harrison Wells in the first season. Or not Harrison Wells, but the whole Yabad Thawne.
Yeah.
So that was kind of big.
What'd you guys think about Eddie Thawne, his body going up into the time vortex? That seems like a... when you lose a body, it kind of sounds like there may be plans for that in the future, and it is not uncommon in hero stories for people to come back from the dead.
I didn't put that together. I thought he disappeared because he got erased from time.
Yeah.
So,
well, Eobard did. I'm talking about Eddie when he shot himself. His body went into the time vortex at the end.
Oh.
I didn't notice that.
I didn't notice that.
Yeah, it was getting sucked up. And he also had a ring around his neck.
I saw...
And everyone kind of thought, well, maybe that's the engagement ring that he had for Iris. But if you looked at it, and I saw an image of it online, it's a little bit bigger. And the thought is he got one of Eobard Thawne's flash suits in that ring on his neck. They got it when he was in captivity, or Eobard gave it to him, Wells gave it to him, or who knows what. So you've got that little nugget, plus the disappearance of his body into the time vortex, kind of opens up a lot of possibilities.
I saw an article on it. I don't remember who wrote it. I think it was comicbook.com. But I didn't click on it. I was tempted to, but they were talking about there's rumors of what that was supposed to mean. I didn't look into it that far, but that makes sense.
I think actually
it's a possibility.
Yeah.
According to our karate instructor, he read the comics and what? I forgot his name. What was it? We were just talking about when he got sucked into the vortex.
Oh, Eddie?
Yeah. Apparently, he's the comic book's Reverse Flash.
The whole theory of when the series started was Eddie was supposed to be Eobard, which still to this day I think made sense until he committed suicide. I think that kind of just wiped it off the slate there.
But being sucked into the vortex along with the energy from his ancestor who had the Speed Force.
True.
Now that he probably would have been given a small amount of the mind of the original Reverse Flash.
True. I don't know.
It's possible.
I want to see some new gods show up. That's my whole theory.
Yeah, a whole new character.
I want to see the new gods make an appearance in season 2. At least, some cameo appearances maybe.
Yeah.
Because I mean, we got what's his face showing up in Legends of Tomorrow. There's got to be a couple new gods coming in.
Now, is that just your personal hope, or have there been any teasers of that as a possibility?
I think the whole Gideon was kind of a teaser for everybody because that was one of the characters from New Gods. So granted, it wasn't the same character in the show because that's a female, and in the comics it was a dude, and it was completely different. But he was a time traveler, so makes sense.
Yeah.
You know. But that's another topic for another day, I guess.
Yeah.
But very, very emotional. I wasn't a big fan of The Flash. Those of you guys have been watching off-topic broadcasting know this. I did like it because it was from the CW, but as for the series, it wasn't amazing or anything. But after watching the season finale, I got to say, that was the most emotional episode I've ever seen. I told Brian this. I told all of my followers. That made me tear up. I'm not going to lie. It was that emotional. So if you haven't seen it, then again, why have you been watching this? If you haven't
there's
seen
people
it,
who's going to watch it anyway.
you need to go back and you need to watch it. Even if you haven't seen the whole series, that one episode right there, boom, just go and watch it.
I would watch it. I would watch this part anyway, honestly. I do that all the time with YouTubers I watch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
I don't. Spoilers don't bother me much, so I expect there's a lot of people out there like that.
probably.
But for the people it bothers, hopefully they shut that off.
If not,
Not that I want to tell everyone don't watch, but
skip forward at least.
yeah, skip forward.
Pop forward.
Erik, what was your favorite part of the show? Season finale Flash. Favorite moment?
When Reverse Flash and Flash fought. I thought that looked really cool.
I did.
That was pretty interesting, yeah. Talking about that little, it'd be brief, or you talking about the episode beforehand? Like that little, what was it, like a 5-minute or 5-second little clip where they were like punching each other out
Yeah,
and stuff?
there wasn't a whole lot.
But the episode beforehand, they had I still need to go back and watch that.
Yeah, you do.
There was a bigger fight, apparently, that I didn't watch. Yeah, long story.
What was your favorite part of the show, Alex? Favorite moment?
Oh, man. You gotta pick a favorite.
Yep, Flash season finale. That one moment that made you go, yes.
The one moment. I'm
That
gonna
Flash
say the
super
moment he
bothering
didn't
me.
save his mother. That was pretty big.
Yeah, that was huge.
That was probably my favorite moment right there. So, what about you? What was your favorite, Brian?
My favorite was when he came out of the vortex fist first and destroyed the time machine and punched
That was awesome.
Reverse Flash. That was a
very
great,
cool.
just that image of him coming through. It was like, it had already been really emotional with his mom, and so it was kind of like almost not redemption, but kind of brought you up out of that. Yeah, that was definitely my yes moment.
That was pretty awesome. I'll give you that much.
Yeah,
That was definitely awesome.
That made the whole series right there.
it did.
That one scene.
Definitely did. All right, so last thing we're going to talk about is we want to do a versus. We talked about a lot of different heroes today. What do you guys think? We got I guess Captain McFrosty is the hero that we talked about.
Frosty.
Hiro Nakamura, Flash.
Quicksilver,
We talked about Quicksilver. Yeah.
Reverse Flash, but he's not really a hero. But
We'll include him. Yeah, we're talking superpowers. It's not necessarily about heroes. So, who do we want to match up? Let's do a versus.
What about Quicksilver and Reverse Flash?
I don't know. That'd be too tricky. They don't have much differences.
Or maybe regular Flash and...
Yeah,
All right.
Speedster versus Speedster. That'd be a tough one to work out, I think.
Yeah, I guess so.
A Speedster versus a time traveler, though.
Hiro Nakamura versus, I don't know, Quicksilver?
Quicksilver Hero would win.
You think so?
I think so. Quicksilver.
I
I don't know. He's funny, but he's not that strong of a character.
Yeah. Well, how about Flash and Hiro Nakamura?
Flash.
Let's do that. We're gonna do
Hiro.
a versus here. Flash versus Hiro Nakamura.
I gotta go with Flash.
Yeah, Flash is
Flash has
super
too much
fast.
on his team there. So yeah.
His speed is kind of overwhelming.
But you got to remember too that one of Hiro Nakamura's time travel abilities is stopping time.
Oh.
That would freeze Flash,
But
That
if you
would.
remember in
or at least it
Heroes,
would slow him down to normal.
That is true.
Then he would have to fight against a sword.
Yeah.
But if you do recall a Heroes episode, a Speedster was actually able to run in his
Oh,
style.
that's right. Hiro Nakamura did go against the
A Speedster.
the girl. Can't remember her name now.
Me neither.
She's still able to I don't remember this episode.
She moved in normal.
She moved in normal?
She moved in normal speed when he was stopping time.
But then again, Hiro still has a weapon. Flash is going to be going Fist of Fury.
Yeah.
He's going to be slowed down,
she did super
so...
speed. She actually did super speed, if you recall.
Not when he stopped time.
Yeah, I saw it.
No, because you would just see the little thing, and then she stood there. The only time she super speeded out is whenever time went back to normal.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
So, yeah, Hiro would win that fight, I guess.
Yeah, I think I'm going to have to go with Hiro Nakamura. Hiro Nakamura versus Flash would... I don't know, is there anything Flash could pull out on that?
Supersonic punch?
Once again, she's slowed down, so it's going to be a normal punch.
Yeah, yeah.
So, might be a little stronger punch, but it's still just a normal punch.
If he can cause Hiro to lose his concentration, he'll stop the time slowing thing.
That is true. That is true. And, you know, of course, there's a chance that if he can get there before Hiro Nakamura does his...
Ow.
You guys remember that, right? You got that?
Yeah.
I don't know what she just did.
Have you seen Heroes?
Concentration.
Yeah. Okay.
Blink.
Yeah, he's got to concentrate really hard, and he's kind of like mine, probably. Cheeks just wobble, you know.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Like,
So-
Funny looking.
what am I looking at?
I was like, what are you doing? I'm using my superpower.
That makes more sense now, yeah.
It's really cute and jiggly.
All right.
Wow, look at the sound waves on
Yeah,
that it's reading.
quit.
Okay.
Eric's our literalist. He's going to point out everything.
Yeah.
So,
All right, so, but I think overall we agree Hiro Nakamura
Hiro would
Yeah.
win that
versus
fight.
Flash, so we get Hiro Nakamura. Of course, both are good guys. We like to think he would probably just be like, Fast Man! And, you know, they'd be great friends, but...
You'd think, but no. For some reason, they have a beef. Maybe they ran into each other at Walmart, and they, I don't know, Hiro knocked Flash into the milk aisle or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
Stuff happens at Walmart. Everybody knows that. That's where
right.
fights start.
You know, it's unbelievable how many versus conversations I have that, you know, well, at some point, well, if they met in Walmart. Because all the heroes shop at Walmart.
You know what
In
happens.
their super suits.
In their super suits. Right.
I'd do it.
Ready to fight.
I do it.
Yeah. You said doo-doo.
I did. Cat McFrosty's word of the day. Doo-doo.
All right. Well,
It's for the fans out there.
I think that's everything we have. We're about out of time here. So yeah, let's go ahead and comment though on Bad Kid. We watched a video right before we started this today about a Make-A-Wish Foundation, a little boy who had leukemia, and his wish was to be Batman, and so they turned New York City into Gotham. And there's apparently a documentary coming out about it, and it was really, really awesome. And the stuff we watched looked pretty cool too. What was you guys' opinion on that?
Go kid.
Yeah.
Adorable.
Saving
and
the world.
awesome.
I know.
It's pretty awesome. He got a cool idea. I think I was pretty jealous though. Apparently, Adam West went. I don't know if he tweeted him or if he got to meet Adam West, but Adam West was involved, and that right there, that's pretty awesome. So
Yeah.
you meet Adam West, that's you could die happy. That's my philosophy on the subject.
Yeah.
So, what about you, Eric? What's your thoughts on the
Bat
subject?
Kid.
Bat Kid.
Adorable and awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
That's
Very cool. And amazing how many people actually did that.
Yeah. A lot of people got involved. I'll put the link to the video we watched down below so that you can check it out too. It's a pretty neat story. May have to watch that documentary when it comes out. Yeah, me, I kind of like, I'd love to be Batman, and that kid, you could tell, was just living it up. Everybody being a part of that looks like they just had a great time. So, get to be Batman.
Be Batman.
That'd be awesome.
Yeah.
Batman's very cool.
Be the Bat.
He's definitely one of the greatest superheroes, and most likely the greatest without powers.
Yeah.
I don't know about that much.
Really?
I don't know if Batman. He's very popular, but there's a lot of superheroes out there without any powers, and that'll be pretty close contenders.
You think?
I think so.
Who do you think could compare to Batman as far as superheroes without powers?
Ooh,
Well,
This-
Iron Man.
You know what? Actually, this is a wonderful discussion for us to have on our next podcast. We're going to talk about the greatest superheroes that do not have superpowers. And we're going to use Batman as kind of our line and see better, worse. So stay tuned.
Well, something quick is on the verses, I noticed a lot of people were with Iron Man on Batman versus Iron Man on my Facebook thingy.
Yeah.
And Iron Man is definitely better at a lot of stuff than Batman, but Batman's definitely cooler and is a lot.
That's Batman's superpower. I'm cool.
He's just cool.
I'm Batman.
I'm pretty cool.
Because I'm
Wink,
Batman.
wink.
Because I'm Batman.
Because I'm Batman. All right, any final thoughts?
Not really.
Okay, thank you guys for being here. We're going to cut out. I'm Brian.
Ziggy?
And I'm Cat McFrosty.
And appreciate you guys being with us today and look forward to seeing you next time on whatever we're going to call this thing.
Yeah.